According to an April 17, 2008 article, the Miami Herald reports that prior to this year's legislative session, key Dade County state representatives secretly conspired to stymie any legislation aimed at combating the illegal immigration crisis in Florida. That's right, before this year's session even began, decisions had already been made to prevent consideration of any bill aimed at protecting you or your family from the strains and hardships associated with Florida's illegal immigration crisis. Acting on the direction of House Speaker Marco Rubio, Representatives David Rivera and Juan Zapata conceived and implemented the strategy of a, quote, listen but don't make any noise, unquote, approach to assure that any proposed bills would never reach the House floor for consideration. This maneuver and position is in direct conflict with the 76% of Floridians who want relief from the illegal immigration problem. Points, in fact, in perhaps even a better illustration of the obvious contempt these three public servants have for their constituents. Recently, Representative Zapata referred to Floridians that demand relief from this crisis as, quote, these people, unquote, wanting, as he said, quote, the attention, unquote. Additionally, when referring to his preparation for this year's session in Tallahassee, Zapata is also credited with saying, quote, the last thing we wanted was to come up here and start drawing lines and making noise. And when Representative Rivera was asked if there were any chance of movement for any of these bills during this legislative session, he added an even greater measure of insult to Floridians with his blunt response of, quote, slim to none, unquote. In conclusion, it is imperative that you call Governor Charlie Crist today at area code 850-488-7146 and demand an immediate explanation as to why he stood by and let three House members deny 16 million plus Floridians the opportunity to experience greater measures of protection and security in their daily lives. And remind Governor Crist that Floridians now feel very much violated by the deception and tactics used by officials charged with the obligation of protecting and defending the Constitution of the United States and the state of Florida as well. Also, tell Governor Crist that under these circumstances, you demand that he declare a state of emergency and call an immediate special session of the legislature to hear and act on the many proposed bills that three men were allowed to silence for their own personal interests over the interest of Florida's future. Again, the number to call Governor Crist is area code 850-488-7146. Thank you. And remember, with respect to Florida's illegal immigration crisis, it's your call. Make it today.